You're debating if you should jump into final expense telesales. You found the right video, my friends. What you do on your good days and what you do on your bad days will sometimes determine your outcome. And I'm going to give you some transparency on how you can hopefully find success in this amazing industry. So before I go into this, my name's Jason. I'm your friend in the industry, and I'm so blessed to partner with some of the most amazing agents as well as agencies that align here, selling life, Medicare, and annuities face-to-face, but more importantly in the telespace. So free resources for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com, and I appreciate you walking with me today and taking a little time to give you some transparency about what the business really looks like. So many insurance agents will fail. They dive into the industry thinking that it's the easiest money that they'll ever make in their life, and nothing leads to a greater level of agent failure, in my opinion, than this, because so many agents jump in and think that they can just do what my shirt says. You can't deposit excuses, right? Excuses won't pay your bills. High engagement will. So when you dump in to this industry, you've got to have amazing levels of discipline. This is a painful playground, highly profitable playground as well. I'll make no qualms about that. It's amazing. But you've got to understand it's going to take the best of you, not the rest of you. On every sales call, your feelings will find you broke. Do you feel great today? Do you feel bad today? What will discipline drive you to do? Your feelings will find you broke, my friends, no matter what work family that you align with. You don't always feel like doing X, Y, or Z, which is why so many folks zone out of the industry. They're not intentional about what they do or who they align with. So tip number one, you've got to have a good mind. Belief is the backbone of a simple industry, and if you don't believe you can, well, sometimes you're right, all right? So you've got to believe that you've got what it takes, and then it's going to look like the four-letter word of work. It's a lot of work to find the wealth, but it's dynamic once you have high discipline, buy the leads, and get it done. Now, discipline is needed and necessary. The next thing that's gonna maybe take you out or take you far in your career is the leads, right? You've gotta have a lot of leads, but leads by themselves aren't gonna make you a lot of money. You gotta be able to handle them, finesse them well if you wanna find success. This is why scripting is so important. Training is so important to you taking your career upwards, all right? And that means you've gotta get into a place where you're uncomfortable if you wanna capitalize. You've gotta do it right, do it again, do it right, do it again, so that you're smooth and you don't sound robotic. So many failed insurance agents just grab a script and they think I can just say these words and somehow I'm going to find the wealth. No, my friends, you got to be smooth. You've got to be articulate. You got to be ready to deliver the goods if you want a chance, not a guarantee, of getting to a place of success. You can work anywhere in the nation and find the wealth if you make it, but you've got to still work. You've got to make these dials. You've got to have discipline. In the words of Yoda, do or do not, there's no try. There's some days that you don't always feel like getting on the phone. Maybe you've got a little bit of calling anxiety in final expense telesales. Well, just think about action. Just do a couple at a time and it'll get easier. But the business is simple, but it's not easy to work through your feelings. You cannot focus on feelings if you want to find success. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to be driven. You've got to be just really gifted at getting on that phone through action. You're going to get smoother as you navigate your career like I have. I've done this a long time, but you've got to take the time to train. You can't make excuses about why you didn't do something. Tomorrow will take your success away today. Now, when you've got good script, you're ready, then you got to buy the leads and you got to buy them on the weekly. If you believe, tip number one, that you can do this and you've got good script, are you buying leads on the weekly? If the answer is no, then you do not believe in yourself right now, because agents that believe in themselves will buy the leads, and your feelings are going to find you broke. If you're trying to work those leads like your Thanksgiving turkey, where you get it down to the bone and you don't got much left, you're not going to get a lot out of this business. You've got to give the best of you in everything. That includes in your lead purchase. That includes in your pitches, right? As you're helping to protect the consumer. It's about unpacking their problems and then inserting your product if it's the right fit. This is how top agents find success. They've got a good mind. They buy their leads. They're smooth, they're not robotic. They also, by the way, bonus tip, they use a mirror. They use a mirror as they're doing telesales because they know it's going to take their script to the next level. They've got to focus on this. They're going to look in their countenance as they're making these calls. It takes discipline, yes, the D word, but it also takes accountability, having people that are there for you. You should be for yourself, of course, but never by yourself. Having good script, having good leads, having a good work family that really is there for you and to support you can help you on your journey, but the journey is yours to take or not to take. What you choose to do when the days are good, what you choose to do when the days are bad will depict sometimes whether you are a big success or you're part of that 90% that failed because they failed to do what they should have done. Tomorrow will take you out, my friends. It's all about big steps of action that you choose to do today. These lead purchases that you decide to acquire on the weekly. Are you fully invested? Are you all in? Or are you not at all? Like we say here, you can't deposit excuses, my friends, but engagements will give you the best chance of success. If you set the numbers in your favor, you know how to rebuttal, you know how to script, you've been trained, you may truly just adore this business, but action will fix your problems. When you're in that sales call, it doesn't always sound like success in the beginning. This is why you've got to believe. Your mindset has to be strong. You've got to be strong because you're going to have the stinky smells of negativity. Don't go there. Money follows your attention and action. You can't put your attention on negative thoughts and expect anything to happen good. You've got to keep yourself in a place of positivity and consumer focused. You've got to be all about them, and then there can be a you, right, involved. You're now a problem solver as opposed to so many failed agents that are just pushy final expense telesales agents that are truly looking out for themselves and not looking out for the consumer. So I hope this gives you a little transparency. You're going to be making a lot of calls for sure. All right. The business isn't like unicorns and rainbows and a bunch of rah. It looks like a real level of skill, a real level of lead expense to have a high level of engagements. And the more hands you shake, as they say, the more money that you, my friends, can make. But there's some days where you're like, wow, that day didn't go according to plan. What do you plan to do when that happens? When that happens, not if that happens. Double down on action. Double down on your lead acquisition when you have a work family that's properly coached and trained you so that you know how to use a script, you know how to rebuttal, you know how to just dive through to deliver these prospects from the pain that they will face if they don't have your product and it's a good fit. Know that you've got what it takes. And when you get the no's, know that it's not personal. Rejection robs 90% of the agent force as well of the opportunity because it stinks to get told no. It sticks to you if you allow it to. No is not a stopping point. It's a starting place when you ask the right questions in a non-abrasive way that are consumer focused. You've got to have processes to be able to move and navigate beyond that. And that's just the art of questions. You've got to do it in a way that's in their corner so that you got a chance of creating maybe the solution that they sometimes are knee-jerking and telling you not right now. All right, you've got to be ready for this. If not, it's going to cost you a lot of money. This industry is one that is lined with people that thought it was easy street, didn't find success, and let me tell you, they're on the sidelines and they're not in a place of success. They have gotten kind of churned out of the industry because they thought it was as simple as grabbing a script, only working a couple hours, and somehow they're going to make piles of money. You can make piles of money in this space, but you're going to have to put the hours in. You're going to have to really focus on this business like it's your very own, because this is a 1099 mind and grind, and you've got to control your business. If not, everything will spool out of control and you've got no chance of success. I hope this helps you. If you need any work family or even any good leads or some support, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. Love to connect with you, help you in any way we can, but know that this business is not for everybody, but it may be right for you. We'll see you soon, and believe you've got what it takes. See you soon.